from Legal Aid South Africa is here.
Okay, it's Mrs.
Mrs. Flavio Isola.
Flavio Isola.
Yes.
You are from the Legal Aid Board.
I am.
Which position do you?
I'm the head of office.
The
Head of office
head of office.
for the Pretoria local.
Okay. Yeah, I received your message that you requested that we should meet in chambers. And I told Mr. Baloyi that I am not able to because I want to commence a preliminary inquiry in terms of Section 342A of the Criminal Procedure Act. When there is a susceptible delay in the proceedings, what predicates that delay? I just want to find out. And it's an informal thing. You don't even have to swear to tell the truth. It's just, if you read Section 342A, they say it's an informal inquiry. Just to find out what happens. I'll tell you, there's a witness called Mangani. What's his first name, the gentleman?
It's Colonel Mangena.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. Colonel Mangena. He's a ballistic expert. He gave evidence in this trial in August last year. When the cross-examination had to commence, the defense requested that it must be adjourned until they have consulted their own expert. And thereafter, obviously, that expert will also prepare a report, whatever. And then they will be able to take the matter up by cross-examining this gentleman who gave evidence for the state. Now it's 8 months. That has not happened. By any standards, when you read Section 342A, if there is a delay which prejudices the state, the defense, even the witnesses, even the public in the interest of justice, they say it's incumbent upon the presiding judge to investigate the exigencies which are currently making it difficult for this case to proceed. I'm told by Advocate Mnisi that initially the intention was that the accused, that is the defense, had instructed the defense that they, the accused, will make attempts to fund the costs of hiring an expert, a ballistic expert. This, I'm told, ultimately hasn't happened. But subsequently, I'm told an amount was paid by some of the, by your client, is that not so, Mr. Nisi?
By the family members, jointly.
Yeah, fine, by the family members jointly. But that amount is still deficient. It doesn't make up the exact amount which is demanded by your expert. Am I correct, sir?
That is the position.
Now, I thought, because the accused have enlisted the services of the legal aid, ordinarily you would infer that they don't have the money to pay for a ballistic expert. And they subsequently advised me that they applied to the legal aid to bridge the deficiency which is short in terms of the payment or the cost which is demanded by the ballistic expert. Now, all I want to know is that correct, that an application has been made to the Legal Aid Board to fund the ballistic expert report and the cost of the ballistic expert giving evidence in this court?
That is correct, my lord. They did apply.
When did they apply, ma'am?
On the 5th of April.
This year?
This year, yeah.
That's the problem.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, you see, that's the problem because, as I say, in August, this is what they told me they're going to do. Now, you say they applied on the 5th of April.
That's correct.
So what is happening now?
We received the email and we immediately responded because in terms of the procedures of policies and procedures of legal aid, And when a duty care practitioner applies for expert, they must get permission to do so.
Yes.
And obviously they must set out the grounds why they require an expert. And also they need to submit a costing of such an expert.
Yes.
The reason why we require costing, because in terms of our approval framework, different levels of approval obviously is made.
Okay.
So if it's, for example, under 50,000, I can approve it at the local office. If it's between 50 and 350,000, it must go to provincial office. And if it's above 350, it goes to the CCMC, which is the Constitutional Case Management Committee. So it really just, and that's why we need a value of the cost.
Sorry, just to chat it, was the value not finished?
Not yet.
Not yet?
No.
So it's just an application to say, can you please give us some subsidy to defray the costs of the legal ballistic expert? There is no indication that this gentleman's costs are the following.
Nothing.
Preparation, it's so much. Drafting the report, it's so much. Attending court, it's so much. You don't have that type of thing.
And in fact, in our response to them, when we asked them for the cost, we broke it down for them. In consultation.
Yes.
Perusal, drafting reports, appearing in court, even disbursements like traveling, things like that. And we actually set out in the email exactly how we want the costing. And it hasn't been forthcoming.
Okay, fine, thanks. So, Mr. Nisi, are you the spokesperson for your colleagues?
I'm not a spokesperson, but basically what Legal Aid Board said was that the counsel who's representing the client that the state is alleging that a firearm was found in his possession should be the one that is taking the center stage. Yes. So in this instance, it's going to be me.
So what's going to happen now?
My Lord, it's true that the Legal Aid Board has not yet been furnished with the information that they would need for the purposes of costing. However, I don't do that myself. I'm also relying on the expert. I've been in communication with the expert, but I've got reasons to believe that he could be engaged somewhere else.
I mean, cell phone. I hear they say President Biden phones Cyril Ramaphosa.
Excuse me, my Lord?
I hear that President Biden can phone Cyril Ramaphosa, President Ramaphosa in South Africa.
Yes.
When he's at Phala Phala.
That is what we have done, my
And
Lord.
now you can communicate with the expert. Where is he? In Australia? Where?
No, he's here in South Africa.
South Africa?
Here in Pretoria.
No, that's worse.
But my Lord, it is not really entirely accurate that I can't communicate with him, because that is what we have actually been doing. Unfortunately, we don't know what is it that is delaying him, because the delay as of now, it is on his part. But we have just confirmed yesterday that we need that information as soon as possible. And in fact, I had requested in the email that I've dropped him that he should liaise directly with the Legal Aid Board South Africa. He should directly send that information to Legal Aid Board South Africa. But now Legal Aid Board says, no, they don't work like that.
Yeah.
He must do things through me. That's information that I did not have. And then I requested him yesterday, after I received that information from Legal Aid Board South Africa, that he needs to direct that quotation to me, and then I forward it to Legal Aid Board South Africa. He's busy working on it now, my Lord. It is not as if we have not done anything.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what's going to happen? Because let me tell you my worry.
Yes, my Lord.
Actually, forensic evidence is very sensitive.
Yes.
Okay? You can't expect a witness to wait 8 months to be cross-examined. When he comes there, I can't remember. I don't know if I did it, because it's so long. I think I've got a good mind. I don't remember the evidence.
We really appreciate that, madam. I
So,
really appreciate
Just
that.
listen to me. I'm
Yes.
also going to make an order that everybody here
Yes.
should go over the evidence which was adduced on behalf of the state, which was tendered by Mr. Mangani.
Colonel Mangani,
Yeah.
yes.
And even you must refresh yourselves about the evidence which he tendered to be able to cross-examine.
We've got records to that effect.
Yes,
madam. Yes.
I know. Yesterday, Mr. Ramusipidi couldn't remember whether there was a letter written by the station commander.
It wasn't me.
It was who?
I was corrected.
It was who?
somebody else,
It was
not
who?
me.
Somebody else?
Yes.
Okay, we shall not mention the name. You see, that's what worries me.
Yeah, that is true, madam.
So what must we do? What is the way forward now? How many months do you need?
We definitely don't need months, my lord, because we already have a preliminary report. However, there's a suggestion that we have as defense that in the interest of time, and probably that will cut a lot of time, that the two experts, that is now after Mr. de Klerk, our expert is Mr. de Klerk, after he would have completed his report, then he will consult with Mr. Mangana with the permission of the state, of course, Mr. Manganye, just to try and curtail issues by way of, what do they call it now? Through joint minutes. Agree on certain things, and then we come to court and deal with those issues that they do not agree on. In our view, we thought that would go a very long way to curtail the processes. But in any event, my lord, in as much as the court has indicated that with time, memory lapse does happen, most of the time, forensic evidence is contained in papers, and they've got computers and everything. They can simply go back to the report that he has, and then he can refresh his memory. And I'm not trying to justify
I've heard
the
of
delay,
evidence
my lord.
getting
Yes.
lost.
Excuse me, madam.
I've heard of evidence getting lost. Have you ever heard of that?
Then it means we're in a terrible state with
Yeah,
our
I've heard of
ballistic
evidence getting lost,
laboratory.
etc., etc.
If evidence can just be lost willy-nilly. But that is the position, man. We hope and believe. Because now, Legal Aid has also undertaken that as soon as they get that information, that's what Mr. Michuto told me yesterday, that it might not take 2 days to go through the application with an approval and or without an approval. But maximum will be 2 days, and then we'll get the result. And once we get the result, he will then say to us, proceed with Mr. de Klerk. It's not like Mr. de Klerk is going to wait up until such time that he gets paid. Once we get the go-ahead, we request him to consult with Mr. Mangena on the issues that he feels is necessary for him to consult with Mr. Mangena on, and then we take it from there. Unfortunately, I'm not in a position to determine as of now the period at which we can expect him to be at court with the report already in his hand.
So how long should we postpone for the evidence of Mangani to be cross-examined? How long? I don't know. You should know.
Probably, my lord, I think it will be a prudent thing if we meet.
Yeah, how long? One time frame.
If there's from where I'm standing, say almost a week or two.
I'll give you a month. How's that?
That will be fine, my lord, but that is going to happen even before that.
Yeah, we'll see.
As it is the court, man.
Ma'am, is it okay a month? I know you're not supposed to liaise with them. It's not, that is a procedure.
Yeah. No, my lord, it depends on how much the quote comes, whether it's done in my office or provincial office. If it has to go to CCMC, it is a bit longer, the constitutional case, but I will, we have discussed it already because this issue was raised by we discussed it at our national office. I will send the request if it has to go up to national office via round robin, but that'll take a couple, more than 2 days to finalize. And then obviously, I'm not too sure how long the expert will take to finalize his report and be ready. That's obviously, it has to do with...
I thought he had started on the report, Mr. Mnisi. Has he started on the report?
Yes, my lord. As I've said, we've got a preliminary report. It's not like it's going to start afresh.
Mr. Baloyi, what's the state's view?
As the court pleases, I think in light of what Ms. Isola has said, we will abide by those arrangements that the issue regarding the cross-examination of Lieutenant Colonel Mangena, and it's Mangena, not
Mangena. Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah. Some call him Mangena, but it's actually Mangena.
Mangena, okay,
Yes,
sorry.
Mangena. That the matter stand down for a month, as the court has suggested.
Yeah, is that okay?
Yes, that's it.
But it doesn't stand down for a month. When that month elapses, the cross-examination of
Yes,
Mr. Mangena commences.
yes.
We won't postpone it for a month, and then you come and tell me, yes, you know, my house was broken into. I had the disc under my desk or table. It means if we postpone it for a month, it is for the cross-examination of Mangena.
Yes.
So give me a date, all of you.
Well, today is the 16th of April,
Yeah.
so we're then looking at a date after the 16th of May.
Which is? Agree with your colleagues here.
Yes.
May-
The 28th, that is the next Monday, because the 16th of May is on a Thursday.
20th
Yes, the 28th, that
Of-
will be on a Monday.
of May.
Yes, I'm not so sure if that is,
Yes.
it's fine with my colleagues.
Mr. Gomezulu, is it okay?
Suitable. It is suitable.
Mamalo, don't have a case in Peter Marisbeck.
It's suitable, thank you.
Ms. Mshololo? Okay, then it's agreed then that the matter regarding the cross-examination of Mr. Mangena will be postponed to the 20th of May for such an exigence. Is that okay? Thanks ever so much for your assistance.
It's a pleasure, ma'am. Please be excused.
Thanks, you're excused. Okay,
Colonel Mangena owathula ubufakazi la mayelana ke nesibhamu asihlola asebenza ngaso sikhulumile ke ngalodaba izolo ukuthi ninongoti wenu enifisa ukuthi nimbize umama uqeda uphuma lana ke ubuya kwa legal aid ekuyibona ke enibacelile ukuthi nicela ukuthi banilekelele ngokhokha noma ngokhokhela ungoti loyo wenu kushilo ukuthi yebo i-email uyitholile ngazo i5 zika April kuona lo nyaka amaviki amabili andlule kodwa ke engekanikezwa noma ngekashiwo ke ukuthi imali nike lena enicela ukuthi ke ungoti lona alekelelwe ngayo ilapho ke abasalindile washo umntanisi ukuthi naye ke usalinde kuyenaka ungoti ukuthi amchazeleke ukuthi imali nike kodwa ke kona konke ke lokho banikezwa isikhathi bonke ke umshushisi abameli kanye nayo legal aid kuze kube ngumsombuluko i20 zika May la khona ke inkantolo ithi kufanele ubufakazi bakhe uKenel Mangena buqhubeke banikezwa bonke ke isikhathi ukuthi akulungiswe konke lokhu okusasele kufanele ukuthi kulungiswe ukuthi ke ngazo i20 zika May uqhubekeke ngaye uKenel Mangena.
okay, thank you. Yes, Mr. Baloyi?
As the court pleases, my lord, the state then calls the next witness is Lieutenant Colonel Gideon Halls. Gideon Halls. Halls, yes.
Okay.
The witness is going to testify in respect of two new exhibits. We've marked his affidavit, exhibit DD in brackets 5, and that affidavit is accompanied by annexures. Annexures, it's several annexures. We've marked those annexures. Exhibit DD5 is annexure 1 up to annexure 17.
So it's DD5, 1, 2,
Yes.
3, 4, 5.
Yes, no, it's just all of them, just annexure DD51.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
We didn't number the page, my lord, of the annexures. The witness is going to make use of
The
the monitor.
okay. Wat ek taal kies u? Afrikaans of Netherlands?
English, my lord.
English. Okay. Can you swear the witness in then?
So do you have your full names and surname, please?
Gideon Gous.
Do you have any objection in taking the prescribed oath?
No.
Do you swear that the evidence you shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing else but the truth? If you do swear, please raise your right hand and say, so help me God.
So help me God.
Witness son in
Thank you.
Right. Lieutenant Colonel Gous, just before we get your affidavit, can you just explain how you come into the picture at this point of the proceedings?
I was analyst at the PCMC in Gauteng for quite a few years. And then after Colonel Steyn was retired, he had to retire on 60, he had to leave the force. Brigadier Kanina contacted me and he asked me to help him with some analysis of cell phones.
Ake usichazisele ukuthi wena ungena kanjani kuleli cala manje uthi mina ngangikade ngisebenza kwi-PCMC la ukuthi ithe umnumzana uSteyn uma eya kwimpension uBrigadier Gininda uye wangicela ukuthi ngike ngingene la ukuthi kuzabe kukhulunywa ngendaba yama cell phone.
Is it correct that you have prepared an affidavit in terms of section 213 in brackets 1 and 2 of the Criminal Procedure Act, and your affidavit is accompanied by annexures 1 up to 17?
That's correct, yes.
Iqiniso ukuthi wena uyenzile eaffidavit ehambisana namanye amaphepha okusuka ku1 ukuya ku17 uthi yebo iqiniso.
We've marked your affidavit annexure DD in brackets 5, which consists of 32 pages.
That's correct.
Uthi ubufakazi bakho ke sibwenze ubufakazi buka DD5 ukuthi unama page awu 32,
and the 17 annexures that accompany your affidavit have been collectively marked Exhibit DD5 in brackets 1.
That's correct.
Futhi ke nalamanye amaphepha ahamba neaffidavit yakho wona ke abhaliwe ukuthi ubufakazi buka DD5 base kuma brackets 1.
And you're also going to do a presentation, or your affidavit is actually on the screen.
That's correct, yes.
Uzosibonisa futhi neaffidavit yakho la kumabona kude uthi yebo.
If I can ask you then to turn to Exhibit DD in brackets 5, the 32-page affidavit. On the last page, there's a signature there. Whose signature is it?
That was the person who certified it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, just above that, whose signature is it?
I haven't got that one.
On page 32.
Lapho ke ku page 32 kunabantu abasayinile lapho abobani.
It's my signature.
Uthi ngisayinile nami nalo obekade ngibhalisela le affidavit obeka ngifizela yona istamp naye usayinile.
And the date of the affidavit?
It was certified on 29/09/2023.
Le affidavit ke yona yenzwe nini uthi nge-29 zika September 2023.
Thank you. If I can then ask you to turn to page 1 of Exhibit DD5. Just read it in the report.
Cela ke ufunde lokho okubhalwe kwi-page 1 yabo lokubufakazi.
I am 044109004.
Maybe just start right at the top.
Okay, sorry. Affidavit.
Vosloorus.
Okay, Vosloorus. Vosloorus cash 636 of 10/2014. Affidavit in terms of section 2131 and 2A of the Criminal Procedure Act 1977, Act 51 of 1977. Gideon Gous states under oath in English. I am 044109004, a Lieutenant Colonel in the South African Police Service and stationed at the National Priority Violent Crimes Bureau, 236 Pretoria Street, Pretoria.
So you need to read your cell phone number.
Okay. The facts herein contained are to the best of my knowledge and believed true and correct. I'm making this statement knowing that if it's standard in evidence, I will be liable to prosecution if I willfully stated anything I know to be false or which I do not believe to be true. I was attached to the Priority Crime Management Center since 2011 till 2020 as an analyst, and my daily task did consist of downloading of cellular phones. We are using a program XRY, analysis of detailed billing of cellular phones section 205s, analysis of information obtained from cellular phone downloading, the incoming, outgoing calls, contacts and SMS, and I've testified on a regular basis in the regional and or Supreme Courts of South Africa in more than 100 cases. I have 32 years working experience in the South African Police and 18 years experience in analysis of data using Analyst Notebook. I've successfully completed the following courses: Forensic Science course for investigators, Detective course for specialized units, Analyst Notebook version 5, iBreach user course version 1.
If you can just maybe just briefly explain what each course entails.
Okay, so the forensic course for investigation is to go deeper into analysis. Detective course is for all police officers that must undergo detective's course. Analyst Notebook is a program that you use to do analysis or to link cell phones or do a chart to link numbers or names to each other. Now, iBreach and pattern tracer, we didn't use it in this case. Pattern tracer, if there's a pattern that a certain pattern on cell phones, if there's a case, there's to link to make a pattern with the cell phone, but we didn't use it in this stage. Then Analyst Notebook. Text chart and Analyst Notebook version 8. This is just an upgrade. Then I have the iBase that we use to contain all our data, and then Anacapa. Anacapa is an intelligence analysis. We go deeper into analysis of cell phones to link the numbers or persons to an account or to a number and all that, and then IBM iBase is also a system that we use. Then information training course, Tradecraft, that's in also a cell phone analysis and to identify patterns and traces, patterns and to link the people with each other. And then the logical and physical extraction, that's the XRY, where you download the cell phone itself.
Lana ke usanda kufunda ukuthi yena ungubani futhi usebenzela esiphoyiseni sase Pretoria la ukuthi yena konke lokho okubhalwe kule affidavit uthi konke kuyiqiniso, uyazi nokuthi uma engabe ebhale izinto ekungasiqiniso yena angahle ashushiswe, noma uma engabe ekholwa ukuthi lezo zinto akulona iqiniso yena ke uthi useke wasebenza uke wayofakaza einkantolo ezihlukahlukile ngobufakazi bomakhalekhukhwini. Uyasho futhi nokuthi ufunde kuyaphi endabeni zokusebenza ngomakhalekhukhwini. Ufundile futhi nokuthi omakhalekhukhwini basetshenziswa kanjani, bahlolwa kanjani uma sekuthi kuyadingeka ukuthi abomakhalekhukhwini bahlolwe.
Yes, you may proceed. Paragraph 5.
On 2023-09, I was contacted, I said they can understand, but I was contacted by Brigadier Kaninda from the cold case, and he directed me to assist Colonel Steyn on the analysis of a downloaded phone on Voslorus 636 of 10/2014. On 2023-09-06, I received a request form and a CD marked Voslorus 636-11-2014 in a sealed forensic bag with seal number PA650000. There's one digit short there, it must be 0000, 5483 from Colonel Steyn. The bag was not opened and or tampered with. I took photographs of the evidence bag as you receive it, and attached is the photograph.
Yena ke uye wathola ucingo ngoyi4 zika September 2023 la ukuthi uye wathola lolo cingo lalikade sent from Colonel Steyn from Brigadier Gininda. Uthi lolo cingo walithola kusuka ku Brigadier Gininda ebe ukuthi ubekade esebenza la Colonel Steyn ebekade esebenza khona ukudownloada izinto ukuthi zazikade zikuyi case number case 636 10/2014 ukuthi ngey6 uye yena wathola futhi ne-CD ebekade ibhaliwe ukuthi yona iye case 636 11/2014 ukuthi yayikade ivalelwe kuyisikhwama ubufakazi baso i-serial number kakade ku-PA 650000 5483 ukuthi uColonel Steyn uye wamnika yona leso sikhwama leso sasikade sivaliwe futhi nasi kuneyithombe zakho.
Sorry. As you know, Mr. Gous differs from the contents of paragraph 5. He has explained that Steyn is retired and that Gininda went to consult him to take over the process. Are you going to apply for an amendment? Because this is an affidavit. If it goes any other place, there'll be some smart aleck who will go to the constitutional and say, oh, you know what, court, this affidavit calls about Steyn. And Mr. Servetter is nie weer daar. He's no longer there, he's retired, blah, blah. So what's your view, sir?
Indeed, as the court pleases, the state will request that the amendments be effected as the witnesses testified. There are other places where there will be amendments as well. We request that his evidence be regarded as having amended the affidavit.
What about the defense? Any objections, Mr. Gomezolo?
No objection.
Mr. Msipiri?
My point is different.
Your what?
The affidavit should be read as is, and he'll be led on the amendments by my learned colleague, because this is an affidavit. It should be read. I was contacted by Colonel Steyn, but later Mr. Baloyi will say, on your affidavit, on this paragraph, you said this, what's the true position? Then he can explain that, my lord. That's
Mr. Mnisi?
As it is the court, in terms of procedure, you do not amend an affidavit.
I know.
You provide a supplementary affidavit.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was saying a smart aleck will go to the constitutional court and say Steyn is dead. But he can apply for the amendment, and he knows how to do it subsequently. Okay?
An affidavit, my lord, can only be...
I've heard you, Mr. Minister. So you want us to adjourn?
No,
No, just listen to me. So we can adjourn, and then you bring about the... Wait, and you bring about the amendment. As Mr. Ramasipiri says, we must adjourn then. I don't have a problem.
No, I didn't say we should adjourn.
What are you saying?
I said the affidavit should be read as is. Then Mr. Baloyi will lead him on the discrepancy regarding the...
He can lead him now. He can lead him now, as he's doing.
Yes,
what's wrong with that?
But it must be read as is. That's my point.
When it's amended, the affidavit, when it's amended,
yes,
it will read like he is saying it's amended. And Mr. Baloyi knows that at the end, he's got to bring a commissioner of oath who will certify the amendment. What's the problem?
Okay, then that's the
my
position,
lord.
But I've never suggested that we should adjourn for that purpose.
How do you do it? Yes, ma'am.
My lord, my case is different
because
our clients are suffering prejudice as the amendments are being effected on the witness box. We have not been furnished with the supplementary affidavit, and we do not know what the information that will be supplemented. We are taken by surprise as the witness wishes to explain and amend the paragraph as he likes. We're not aware of what is going to be supplemented, my lord.
Okay. Is anything going to be supplemented except the fact that Steyn is no longer the person who did the analysis?
My lord, really nothing major.
What?
No main amendments to the affidavit, my lord. I think there will be one more minor amendment, but nothing major. It doesn't go to the, and I'm surprised Advocate Mshololo says there are prejudice. How can one name being substituted by another name cause
then it's a prejudice.
But in any case, my lord, nothing major. We suggest that we go along, and in the interest of time, that the evidence is put in record.
Just wait. You see this affidavit, Mr. Mshololo, just read it, because this is not how I understand it. Affidavit in terms of section, everybody just read it. In terms of 213, you see what Gideon House says here. He says, House states under oath. Have you, the contents of this evidence, of this affidavit, they come from you as an expert. They were not done by Herr Steyn. Yeah, where do you get it from the horse's mouth? It's not like this affidavit says, I, Herr Steyn, under oath says, did blah, 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 blah. He is the one who is drawing the affidavit, not Steyn. Are we agreed on that? It's simple. Hey, my daughter. Mr. Ngomezu.
My submission, my lord, independently so,
is
that this is an affidavit.
Yes.
Any discrepancies that are placed on record on the contents of this affidavit can be challenged to this witness.
Yes.
Irrespective of the procedure to file a supplementary affidavit, this is just a mere amendment. The issue that my advocate Mshololo has raised is whether is it prejudicial to the accused persons. Anything material that is prejudicial, there's a reason to object.
Of course.
To amend.
Of course.
But in the circumstances, if I find hearsay evidence, say for instance, I'm cross-examining this witness, it comes to my attention that paragraph 5 is hearsay.
Yes.
Then I have to put to this witness that this paragraph constitutes hearsay and the court cannot accept this evidence. That's how it should be done. That's my submission.
Otherwise, I don't have a problem. Let's adjourn. Come back tomorrow. Maybe understanding goes with experience also. Just draw a supplementary affidavit. Okay. Are you available, Mr. Host, tomorrow? Right. Otherwise, we're going to waste time. Because according to me, this is the deponent, not Steyn.
Yes.
And if you read this with understanding, House says, I am this and this. The facts contained herein are, to the best of my knowledge and belief, correct. This statement, I've made it knowing if that I tender evidence, I'll be liable for prosecution if I willfully stated anything false. And the only thing, according to what Mr. Baloyi says, when he says, I was contacted by Steyn from Gold Case, the only thing is Steyn has retired. It's not that, I'm not telling the truth.
That's correct.
It's not that you're making it up that you contacted Steyn. You did contact him, but he's no longer available because he has retired.
I was contacted by Brigadier Kaninda to take over the case because Steyn is going to retire.
That's it. So just put on the supplementary affidavit. We'll adjourn until tomorrow.
In any case, my lord, section 2134
I know.
Says, in addition to the affidavit, the witness may give viva voce evidence.
That's it, I know.
This is what the witness is doing.
Yeah.
And viva voce evidence, my lord, carries weight. He explains the the errors. I really don't see the need for us, my lord, to...
They say there will be prejudice because he talked to Steyn. What's that?
21.
Yeah, let's adjourn until tomorrow. Just bring that. I'm sorry about this.
Well, the other thing, my lord, will perhaps file an amended affidavit to all our colleagues.
Yeah, do that. It's a waste of time, I can tell you.
Isizathu ukuthi ufakazi ubekade la ubhalo ukuthi uye washayelwa ucingo ustain kodwa ushayelwe ucingo ubrigadier Kinini. Manje abameli bathi lokho kwamele kulungiswe kube mhlawumbe neaffidavit eseyilungisiwe inkantolo ithi lokho akwenzeke ukuthi icala lihlekiselwe kusasa ukuze kuze nale affidavit eseyibhalwe kahle.
Meneer Steyn, kan u ander veranderings aanbring aan die beslissende verklaring as the ander in Engels? Okay.
Yes.
I'm saying to him, if there are any other changes he wants to incorporate there, he should do it also.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam.
Ma inkantolo ithuma ingabe kunezinye izinto afuna ukuziguqula khona la ayenze njalo ukuze kusasa singakwazi ukuthi sime siqhubeke.
Okay, the court will adjourn until tomorrow then.